afternoon, traders. It's Bill Baruch with Blue Line Futures and your daily midday market minute. We got a big move in stocks overnight, but they're pairing some gains. But before I get to it, if you're watching this on YouTube, please click the link below and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And if you're watching from our website, there's also a link below to direct you to YouTube, and you can subscribe that way. We'd love you to follow us. We'd love you to help us build our following. Yes, the equity markets had a nice move overnight in through the opening bell, but they're pairing those gains here as we look to the Fed tomorrow. However, existing home sales was a really huge number, and it looks like the top early on here in the session at least came in right after that number. The S&P did get out above 4,000, did clear some of that first resistance, but did trade into some of that March 9th selling before kind of pairing back. Now, the Russell 2000 really heavily weighted with those regional banks, did hit a 5-day high, and then the NASDAQ is just sort of consolidating its outperformance. You have a little bit of air coming out of things like Microsoft and the chips, which also led in the recent days. You also have utilities and healthcare down as some of the risk-on sentiment is coming into the banks and other sectors like communications and consumer discretionary. So really sort of a mixed day here as we look to the Fed tomorrow. In the Morning Express, I did touch on Fed Chair Powell, the job they have, what they have done, and where they're looking forward here. Are they going to hike 25 basis points? So check that out on the Morning Express today. But I look to today's close being crucial, setting up and carrying some of this momentum into tomorrow. You want to see these gains being held, but a lot of levels are highlighted on the Morning Express. Some have been achieved. Check them out. As we move on to crude oil, it has a nice day, continuing to rebound off of 64.5 early yesterday. Remember, the low came in on the European Open Sunday night into Monday morning, and then the strength really sort of came in here this morning on the European Open as well. So a lot of volume changing hands on those European markets open. And we get a little momentum in through the U.S. Open today, around getting it above $69, but we're consolidating here as equity markets also pull back just a little bit. So a lot to digest here. The interesting thing is we move into inventory report tomorrow, and you have private API survey today, is we are expecting to see draws across the board of over 1 million barrels. Check it out on the Morning Express. It did highlight those estimates. We are approaching a seasonally bullish time of year. Is this going to be a little bit of a turn? Are we going to start to see that inventory data? It remains to be seen. So be ready, be nimble as we move into that tomorrow. And then gold and silver, they're getting hit pretty hard here today. Remember, gold got above 2,000 yesterday, didn't hold it. It really surrendered that gain pretty quickly yesterday. Now we're trading into what is big major 3-star support that's highlighted on the Morning Express. Same thing with silver. You have rates moving back up today. You have even though the dollar index was down, it was only down because of euro strength. Really, the dollar is broadly positive against a lot of currencies, the Aussie, the yen, the pound. So the dollar strength is holding the metals back as we consolidate, and you get a little more of a risk-on sentiment you're seeing with those regional banks here today. So a lot to digest, a lot to unpack as we move into the Fed tomorrow. We're here for you. Give us a call at our trade desk, 312-278-0500. And remember, futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors.